If Honda were a freshman at Alternative Energy College, its major would be undeclared. While Nissan and GM and others have announced that electric drive is the way of the future, and while Toyota still insists that hydrogen is the answer, Honda is keeping its options open. Young men in relationships commit better than Honda does with its Clarity. As of December 1st, you have 3 powertrain options available in the Clarity: all-electric, hydrogen fuel cell, and the latest addition that you see here, the Clarity plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, PHEV. The 2018 Clarity PHEV is a very efficient people mover. It is big, maybe even bulbous, with seating for 5 and a 15.5 cubic foot trunk big enough to store all your corporate insecurities in. For the first 47 miles of your trip, it's powered by a 17 kWh electric battery spinning a motor, generator, and a motor that spins the wheels directly. You can charge the Clarity just like an electric car by plugging it into an outlet. When the electricity runs out, the 1.5-liter Atkinson cycle 4-cylinder engine takes over. Total range is 340 miles, and in between pure gas and pure electric propulsion are all kinds of algorithms that mix and match gasoline and electricity as the situation changes. Stomp on the accelerator and the gas engine kicks in. Run out of electricity and the gas engine kicks in to recharge the battery and drive the electric motor. Press the HV button and the gas engine kicks in, but only to charge the battery. Drive along at a steady state on the freeway and the gas engine drives the front wheels directly. It'll do all that and everything in between. And do it efficiently. On battery power alone, the Clarity PHEV is rated at 110 miles per gallon by the EPA. On gasoline alone, it gets 44/40/42 city/highway/combined from the EPA. Total system output, when gas engine and electric motors are all going, peaks at 212 horsepower. There are 4 drive modes: Econ, Normal, Sport and HV. In Sport mode, Honda promises the Clarity will be fun to drive. One cool feature is a tab on the steering wheel you can pull back to increase the amount of regenerative braking you will get when the car is decelerating. There are 4 levels of decel available to you with this pull tab. More control is always good. I got to drive in a couple Clarity PHEVs and found they might just be the perfect suburban family haulers. From the inside, certainly. There is humongous room, with seating for 5 full-size people in 2 rows. Passenger volume is listed at 101.5 cubic feet. There's even headroom in back for full-size adults. If I were in charge of Honda's Clarity division, however, I would have gone a little further and just made the thing into a crossover. That would increase the interior volume even more and make the exterior proportions less bean-like. Why have the roofline droop down like that in back? Why give the sides hips? People are going crazy for more upright, semi-squarish cues, so I say, give them a cue. And Honda is thinking, yeah, we need another product planner like I need a hole in the head. But the current shape is aerodynamically efficient, Honda promises, and that helps MPGe. On the road, the whole thing is surprisingly quiet. Not just in EV mode, which you would expect, but when the internal combustion engine kicks in, a transition you often can't hear. Push the accelerator to the floor and you can hear the engine, true, but in many more mundane driving conditions you can't, unless you really listen closely. Hence, it was hard to tell how much of the time the car was in pure electric mode. Probably best to stick with the EPA numbers for comparison's sake. The dual-pinion electric power steering does a good job of directing the Clarity toward apexes, but the high-efficiency low-rolling resistance 235/45 R18 Michelin Energy Saver AS tires start to break away fairly soon, though in a safe and predictable manner. As if anyone's going to carve canyons in this. In more normal driving conditions, the Clarity is perfectly comfortable for you and however many passengers you may have. Honda wants electrified cars to make up 2/3 of its sales by 2030. Right now, hybrids and plug-in hybrids are leading the way to that goal. Of the 3 Clarities, Honda says this one will easily be the biggest seller. Prices start at an entirely reasonable $34,290, while the Touring trim level is $37,490. Those are close to the Chevy Volt, which has a slightly longer EV range but is a smaller inside and out. The Volt looks better, you could argue. But for regular family hauling duty, the extra space of the Clarity PHEV would fulfill the task better.